Hey guys, Buck5090 here, coming to another action figure review. This time we're looking at the Ninja Turtles group pack from the new movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Michael Bay. You could get these turtles individually at Walmart, but I happened to check my Target for some Marvel Legends figures, and I was like, whoa, look at this. A whole pack for 5. Or all 4 for 35, which is pretty much the same way. And you can see right here, it's got all 4 of the turtles, looking nice. Warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for sure, 103 years. Ages 4 and up. I am eligible to play with these bad boys. Display. At the top, you can see it says pretty much the same thing. Ninja Turtles group pack, Ninja Turtles. And then over here in the back, let me fix that up. Over here in the back, you got the rest of the wave. You can see here, Splinter, April and O'Neil, the Shredder, and Foot Soldier. And you got a nice little bio right here. You can pause it and read it if you'd like. And it shows all 4 of the turtles posed and ready for action. Even though in the pictures they show having pupils, in the actual figures they do not. I will show you that momentarily. So yeah, without further ado, oh wow. Without further ado, let's open up these bad boys and see how cool they are. Alright guys, so here we have all 4 turtles opened up and out of their packaging. Now let's start reviewing these bad boys one by one. First up, let's look at Leonardo. I don't know about you guys, but Leonardo has always been my favorite turtle out of the 4. Something about, the katana blades and being a leader and whatnot, that's just the kind of stuff I like. Again, this is a really nice figure. And I'm really glad I got the 4-pack instead of, the individual cartridge figures. I think it was better to get all 4 at once than to, get them individually. But that's just me. So let's take a look. First, the sheath does come out. It is removable, so you can take that out if you choose to. And he holds the katana blades pretty nicely. Well, this one's a little loosey-goosey, but you can tell he can still hold the katana swords pretty nicely. This hand is kind of like, I don't know, shaping kind of weird. Anyway, so let's take a look at the katana blade itself. It is not painted on or anything, it's just kind of bland grayish material, and I think it's got like some detail right there on the blade, on the handle. There's some detail right there, but it's pretty much all just silver, no big deal. So looking back at Leo, you can put the swords back in the sheath. They fit rather nicely, and it's actually he's actually the the only turtle out of the 4 to have a place to hold his weapons. None of the other turtles have that. So now looking at the figure itself, you can see he has, right there they didn't paint this part right here. I don't see why. As well as here they didn't paint that part either. So kind of strange, but I do like the look that Leonardo is sporting. He does have a loosely I don't even know what this is, like a scarf or something, I don't know. But it is kind of loosely, so you can move it around as you'd like. The head can go down this much, and it can go up this much, and then a little bit more, and it pops up like so. So you need to be careful with the head. It does not really have much range of motion in terms of up and down, but it can look around. But it, side to side, the head looks kind of weird and wacky. So just kind of leave it like that in place. The arms can go in and out, forward and back. Not so much back because the shell kind of hinders the movement right there in the tricep. He's got 1 point of articulation right here in the elbow, and that's it. Nothing else. Oh, and here he has like some detail in the hand, I guess, but they didn't, completely paint this all around. Jeez, they're so lazy. But hey, that's what you get for a $8 figure. And then of course you got some samurai stuff going on here. I guess it's like armor protection or something. And it's got some more gray stuff right there. I don't know, it's not really well painted as I wanted them to be. Right here still kind of green, it's not even brown. They could have like browned it up a little bit or something. Yeah, still looks nice. I like this Leonardo figure. I hope the movie comes out really well. I'm gonna watch it in IMAX 3D and whatnot. So yeah, that's Leonardo for you guys right there. Wow, a little blurry, but yeah, looking pretty cool. I like the katanas, I like the sheath, and yeah, he stands pretty well. I mean, for the most part, he doesn't fall down, but he stands pretty well. So there you have it, Leonardo. Next up is Michelangelo. He is the jokester of the group, and he only comes with one nunchuck. Wow, pretty weak. He does come with the other accessory, but I left that in the packaging because why would I use that? Anyway, he does come with the one nunchuck, like I said, and it's really not that cool. It's not even painted on, but I know that this one side of the nunchuck has kind of like some drawings or something. I don't know. You can barely see it, kind of see it, not that much. Barely kind of see it. And then this one doesn't have that much detail, just kind of has some like lines. No big deal. So yeah, he only comes with one accessory, and again, you cannot place it anywhere on the figure. Michelangelo looks pretty cool. He does not, none of them have the pupils drawn on them, so I think it looks really weird compared to how they look in the movie. He's also got some bandages right there going around his arms and his hand, looking cool. He's got a necklace kind of thing going on, but they didn't bother to paint the rest up here in that second part of the necklace or around here. I mean, come on. Can't be that sloppy with your figures, can you? Again, same articulation as Leonardo. Up and down, forward, not so much back. One articulation here in the elbow. Right here, one point in the knee. The legs can go forward and back, not so much. He's got a wetsuit kind of thing going on right here. Looks pretty cool. And he's wearing sneakers. His, feet are putting out of his sneakers. And it did color the bottom part to match the rest of the shoe. So that's cool. Kudos for you guys making Mikey look cool. And I guess he's got like a sweater thing going around him. So pretty nice figure for Michelangelo. Alright guys, right here we have Donatello, looking very cool in his little nerdy look. You can see he has some kind of goggles going on right there in the forehead. Let me focus on that. Looks very cool. They didn't paint the inside of that black, they left that green, I don't know why. He's got some earpiece right there going on the side. His these are all, rubbery material also, so they're not, too much getting in the way, and you can move them a little bit back or somewhat. Right here he has like some kind of thing coming down his cheek. I don't know what that is, but it's not, colored in. And he's got a vacuum cleaner backpack kind of thing going on, looking very cool. Apparently Donatello is a techie turtle. Techie turtle? Does that sound good? I don't know. And he has most of the technology and the gadget and whatnot. He got some nice little samurai stuff also going around him, looking very cool. And they did not paint this part of the leg, bummer, but they did paint this part of the leg, so pretty cool. But they did not continue it here in the back, so points off again for Playmates. Articulation, as far as it goes, also goes forward, not too much back because of the shell, of course, in and out. 1 point here in the elbow, legs can go forward and back, and 1 point here in the knee, and that's pretty much it. And of course the head moves around. And they didn't bother to paint his bow staff either, but whatever. It's pretty normal. I don't know why it's yellow. They could have painted it brown, I think, because in the trailer it looks kind of brownish, and it looks like a complete bow staff, but I'm not really, sure. Maybe, kind of upgrades or something, I don't know. But this is the stick that they have chosen to give him. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a really cool figure. As you can see right there, it just kind of pops off if you'd like it to, but I don't want to. So, but you can see, indents inside of there. So there are some indents on the shell. It's a pretty cool figure, I guess. Donatello. Let me just, I don't know, kind of like this. I don't know, something like that. I wouldn't know. I'm not, these figures are not really that posable, as you can tell. But yeah, Donatello. And now for the main event, and most people's favorites, and my second favorite, to be honest, is Raphael, with those nasty looking size, and of course his, game face that he puts on every time that he's going to start a fight. Very cool. His head cannot go back that much because, again, the garment he's wearing on his head doesn't allow him to go up that much. But either way, you know, the head cannot go back that much anyway because it just pops off. So there's no point in that. It can go forward a little bit. Now mine's is a little loose, so whatever. Luckily, he does come with both his size, so that's cool. Looks very cool. I like the look of Raphael the most. You know, Leonardo, I like his look the best, and Raphael's I like the second. Just like, you know, in the order of my favorite turtles. But definitely these two have the, you know, the best looking outfits, if you will. Again, you know, there's no holster or anything for size to be put or anything. I don't know if he's gonna have one in a movie or anything of that sort, but he does not have anything on the figure. And looking like a kilt kind of thing material, looks very cool, very nice. He's wearing some bandages also around his hands, around, he's got a red bandana thing going around his what is that, the left arm, another red bandana going in his left knee. So yeah, very cool, pretty cool for this figure. Same articulation as the other one. Arms can go in and out, forward, not too much back. Elbow articulation right there. Legs can go forward and back. One point right here in the knee. That's pretty much it. And the size are not that detailed. They have like no coloring, just the regular looking size. But they are pretty cool. And they're big too. So very cool, very cool, very cool. Raphael. Liking this figure. It's a nice looking figure. So that's there you guys have it. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael from the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie by Michael Bay. And I gotta say, these figures are pretty nice, I guess, for, you know, $8 5-inch figures. I didn't expect to enjoy them as much. I thought they were just gonna be like kind of cheap little toys, but you know, they're pretty nice. Could use, you know, some nicer paint apps on the weapons mostly, and on the figures themselves. You know, they're lacking a little bit of paint applications, but still very solid figures. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, guys. More videos coming soon. Subscribe if you already haven't. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys.